Kindergarten. Today we read The Rainbow Fish and we also learned a little bit about what a print is. So today we are going to start our Rainbow Fish inspired project. And so today we're going to begin to paint the rainbow fish. So you're going to get a piece of paper. It's going to be thick because we're going to be painting on it. Make sure your name is and your class code is on the back. I'm going to flip mine over. And so let's start drawing the rainbow fish. First, what I want is your paper the horizontal way, not the vertical way. And then you can make details how you want when I start to make details. But let's get the base of the fish started out with the body. So remember to leave room for a tail. We are going to imaginary draw an oval. And I would recommend drawing light until you get the shape that you want. If you draw it darker, it's going to be harder to erase. But just do your best. All right, I'm going to imaginary draw my oval. And when I feel ready, I'm going to draw my oval. Now, after I draw the oval, we're going to make kind of a line right here to separate the fish's head from the scale. So I'm going to start down here. I'm going to make a curved line going up like that. Doesn't look like a fish yet, but it will. Next, going over here, we're going to give it some kissy fish lips. So I'm going to make a curved line and then another curved line right there. Then, for the eye of the fish, you can make whatever eyeball you want. I'm going to do an oval with another oval inside it. And I'm going to color that in a little bit. Leave a little bit of white space to show a little shine. You don't have to. That's okay. And then for the fins. So the fins can be however you want. They can be wavy. They can be straight. They can be curved. This is up to you how you want to do this. I want you to have a top fin, a bottom fin, and a back fin. I'm going to make a curved line. And I'm going to make a curved line going down. Curved line on the bottom. Curved line going up. Then for my back fin, I'm going to make two curved lines that kind of look like that. Kind of look like the back of a moon or like a sea. And then I'm going to make two curved lines that look like that. And I think I'm going to add some details too. Maybe some lines in there. Just like that. And then for the scales, what we want to do, I'm going to show you what I don't want you to do on the outside of this. So let's pretend like this is my fish. We're going to cut this out anyway, so don't worry about details outside. So I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to make bumps that are separate like that. What I want you to do is I want you to go slow, and you're going to make like curved lines that touch. So every time I end the curved line, I touch and end, touch and end it, touch, end, touch, end. It takes longer, but it looks better. And I don't really have any more room for some scales, but I'm just going to make some lines just to show that the scales go all the way to the tail. All right, so after you are done with your scales and your details, then it is time to outline in black Sharpie. And yes, I want you to outline each and every scale. So after we've outlined, there are still some pencil marks that show it's good craftsmanship for artists if they erase these pencil marks after they outline. So erase your extra pencil lines. And after you erase the extra pencil lines, it is time to paint. Make sure you paint very carefully. Just do your best. and you can paint your rainbow fish however you want to. It's okay that if you get paint outside the lens, because remember, we're going to end up cutting this out anyway. When you're all done, make sure you wash out your brush and your cup, and you put this on the drying rack. Kindergarten, today we are going to print the bubble background. So remember, a print is like a copy, so it's kind of like a stamp that goes over and over. So today you're going to get a blue piece of paper, and you're putting your name and your class code on the back. I'm going to flip my paper over, and it's up to you if you do it the vertical or the horizontal way, up to you. So you're going to get a plate with blue and white paint on it. I know it's kind of hard to see, but believe me, the white is there. And you're also going to get a toilet paper tube. This is going to be our stamp, so we can create bubbles all the way around. So before we start stamping, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to mix the blue and the white into one color, because when we create the bubbles, we want to see both blue and white, so it kind of has kind of that like shiny bubbly effect. So I'm going to dip my end of my toilet paper tube into there, and then I'm going to press it down, and then I have one print. And so you can keep dipping. Sometimes I like to overlap. Sometimes I just like there to be a single bubble. But we want these to be, the whole paper to be filled with bubbles. When you are done printing, the paint goes in the garbage, and please don't throw away the toilet paper tube, because I use these every year for this project. So this should go back in the bin where you got it from. And while we still have our bubble background, we are going to be using these funky scissors and some green paper to make some seaweed. And so I have my two green pieces of paper stacked together. And what you're going to want to do is, move your blue paper off to the side so you have a nice area to work with, so you don't get the seaweed full of paint. And then the funky scissors, I have like different types. And so some have bigger wavy lines, some have smaller, like this one's a little bit on the smaller side. But you're going to cut some seaweed, and then you're going to glue it on your bubble background. Sometimes you can even make like different sizes of seaweed, like this one is upside down, but like some really like kind of wide seaweed. If you feel a little ambitious, you can make some wavy seaweed. And then we are going to glue this to the background when you feel like you have enough seaweed. I'm going to take my paper, and then with a glue bottle, we are going to glue the seaweed on. And so I'm going to take the strip. We always want to glue the small thing to the big thing. So I'm not going to put glue on the blue background. I'm going to put glue on the seaweed. So I'm going to take that. Don't need a lot of glue, just a little bit. Flip that over, press that down. And then keep on going until you feel like you have enough seaweed. All right, and then after I have my seaweed, put this on the drying rack. Make sure that you don't touch another person's artwork, or it doesn't go on top of another person's artwork on the drying rack. Today we are going to cut our rainbow fish out and also give our rainbow fish a glittering scale. Ooh, very exciting. All right, so this fish has a lot of details that some can be pretty hard to cut out. But remember, let me give you some tips. So when I start to cut along the black line, if I ever get to a hard part, like it's really hard for me to turn my scissors this way, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off that big part, and then it's much easier for me to turn my scissors that way. Oh, here's another kind of big part, and maybe if I go from another angle, oh, much easier to cut that part off. So try, if you're coming to a hard part, try turning your fish and going on a different angle from the scissors. And I cut that part of the white part off, so it was easier for me to turn my scissors. So use those strategies when you're cutting so we can get off all the white spots of our rainbow fish. Almost done. Got to go around the lips. Little fishy lips. Remember to put your scrappies in the recycling. And then what I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you this type of holographic paper. And this is actually sticker paper. So what I want you to do, let me zoom in a little bit, is we're going to turn this into a shape of a scale. And with a Sharpie, you're going to make like a scale shape on there, line. And I'm going to cut this out. And then if you need help, that's totally fine. But it's just like a sticker. You're just going to take your finger, you're going to peel it off. And then I'm going to stick it somewhere, I think right here is good. But wherever you want on your rainbow fish. And all of our rainbow fish are going to have a nice shiny scale. So it looks like the rainbow fish gave out his scales to all the fish in the sea. And with these scrappies you could use for art skills if you want to. And our final step is to glue our rainbow fish with a glue bottle onto our background paper. Our nice bubbly sea background paper. So you're going to put some glue. Make sure to get those fins because we don't want the fins popping off. So I'm going to put glue on my fish. And then wherever you want your fish to be, maybe you want to be over here, maybe you want to be in the middle, maybe you want to be over here, up to you. And then you're going to glue your fish down. And same thing on the drying rack. Make sure yours does not touch or go on top of another person's. All right, thanks for watching.